Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing this electric jack on our small RV. It's a 3,500 pound Libra Jack. First off, I want to tell you guys why I chose the Libra. Lippert makes a really good unit. The reason I didn't go with a Lippert is, first off, price. It's almost double the price. This was about $120 as of today. I'll put a link in the description on Amazon if you guys want to check it out. But the other main reason is the Lippert has a bigger head unit. It sticks out a little farther, and I really need to keep this as close as possible. As you guys will see on the Jeep, it is going to be fairly close with that spare tire sticking out. The second reason is this one does have a drop leg, so I can just drop it down. These things are fairly slow. But this thing, I mean, you can drop it down about 8 inches there. So I don't have to wait for it to crank all the way up and all the way down. I just have to get enough of the weight off and free the foot, and then I'll be able to either raise it all the way back up or put it down. It'll just be that much faster. It does have some LED lights on the front there, so if you're using this at night, that will be convenient. This is everything that comes in the box. So you get the unit, of course, a head cover, manual crank, installation manual, and some hardware for attaching it to the jack. Some things I will note here: it will ground. You will want to grind this bottom of the plate off. You can see that it does come ground right there. I'm going to do some more around the other two. The reason is it uses the trailer as the ground, so you'll only have one power wire, and then it uses this as the ground to the frame. So make sure you grind these really well, and also the trailer when you go to put it on. So from here, let's get started. Alright guys, so as you can see, that front clearance is fairly important. I don't have a whole lot of space there between that spare tire and where that jack's going to sit. So first things first, we have to remove the old one. So it's fairly easy. Of course, it's just these 3 bolts. So we'll get started there, just taking those off and pulling that manual crank jack out. Alright, so we got that ground down. Already ground down the bottom of these 3, just so it can make good contact. And then all it does is just slide in. So I already test fit mine. So this will be the second time I'm doing it. But I am not going to use the nuts and bolts that it came with. I'm going to reuse these factory ones, just because they go right into the frame. I don't have to deal with any lock washers or worry about any of that. But I am going to use thread locker on these just so they don't back out. These are a number 13 millimeter to get out. I didn't tell you that at first because I don't know if yours is going to be the same. If you are using the factory hardware, it's going to be a 14 millimeter. Alright, so I still need to put this drop leg in. So mine barely fits. You might have to dig a little bit, or raise the trailer with the jack, or with the stabilizer jacks if you need to. But just makes it real convenient because I can drop it down to there, and then I don't have to wait for it to lower all the way to the ground when I'm ready to unload it. So we're gonna get this finished up. So all we have to do is just run this wire back to the battery. You have a couple options here. You don't want to run it just directly to the battery. You want to have a fuse or a circuit breaker. I chose to do this style. So it's just a inline fuse, but then it's an auto reset circuit breaker that you can plug into the fuse. That way I don't have to worry about having a spare fuse. If it shorts out or has any issues, it will trip the circuit. So it's still protected, so it's not going to damage the battery having a direct short or cause any issues there. So it's still protected, but I don't have to have a bunch of replacement fuses just in case. This will just auto reset, pull it out, put it back in, and as long as the short's gone, it will go back to work. So with that, all we have to do is just pull the end off here. We'll butt connector it here, put this in on the other side of it. We'll run it to the positive, and you just have a ring terminal that goes to the positive. I am going to make a notch here with this rotary tool, just so there's somewhere for the wire to go and it's not being pinched in between the lid and the battery case right there. Do some cleaning up, heat shrink that, put some zip ties on this, and we'll get it closed up, and that is it. Just finished product here. So I just zip tied up that wire just down the jack, along the frame, and then up into the battery. I did put that automatic reset breaker in there, so now I'll just put that battery cover back on, and we are done. That is it.